start very well.
Hello.
Laughing.
Hello.
Hello, Monica. It's a long time since we met finally.
Oh, yes, I missed you. I
I
missed
miss you too. But I love your hair. So nice.
they are growing. They're
They're
growing.
growing. They grow fast, actually. Yeah, they
Yes,
grow fast.
I want to actually to grow more. So this
Oh,
year will be with long hair.
okay. Like you look like a mermaid.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow. So I should live at the seaside as you are.
You should. Entonces, welcome everyone. Bienvenidos a todas y a todos en este directo de Stamperia con la maravillosa Mónica Paruta, with the amazing Mónica Paruta. Eh,
Precioso amigo Omar.
Hello. Hola, Ana.
Hello, welcome. Welcome.
Good night, Australia.
Oh, hello, Irina. It's the first time we do this live on at 11 in the morning. And so I hope our friends know that we are here for them, waiting for our friends with the
But,
nice
but
project. Oh, yes, but they are coming. I,
Cindy, hello. Of course, for someone, it's even better, like for Australia or US. No, it's very, very bad, 11. But Cindy is a very early bird, so she always wake up early. So, okay. Hello, Monica. I'm a greeting from Luxembourg.
oh,
Hello,
sure.
welcome. Remember to like and share. You can win a pizza box on Monday. So,
Right.
Monica, what we are going to do today together?
You can tell us, Omar, please.
Today is a mystery. It's a mystery.
Today is a surprise because I planned to do a trompe-l'œil, with our white papers and stencils. So it's a hope nice project with some tricks to make an illusion with the canvas, an illusion of depth and something like I don't know, a landscape without a landscape. So an illusion, an illusion.
An illusion. Okay, okay. A trompe, a trompe. I don't know if there is an English name for, because in Italian we say the same trompe for
Our friends, so what's a trompe-l'œil in?
trompe. In Spanish, I know that there is another word that I forgot.
Fool the eye. Cindy said, "Fool the eye." Ah, okay, Cindy, thank you. Fool the eye.
Full the eye in English. Ah, yes,
It's
sí.
interesting.
Okay. But also en español también tiene otro nombre que ahora
So
I don't remember.
Spanish friends can help us. How can we say trompe-l'œil? Fool the eye.
Full the eye. Ok. Bene.
Oblige.
Monica,
Okay, so
iniziamo. Let's start.
let's start.
Arrancamos.
So I change my camera as usual. And let's see if you have questions, of course, you know.
Yes, please type. Remember to share. See, Cheryl say, love this time for Australia. Yes, it's
Okay.
better.
Oh, okay. So it's good for many of our friends. Hi, Julia. Hi,
Hello, Julia.
hello, hello, hello. Okay, great. So I'm ready here with what? With a canvas. So it's not a canvas, it's a cardboard canvas. So flat and the size, because I know you are precise. So you want to know how big is this canvas, and as I don't know, I measure with you. So let's see. This cardboard canvas is 40 by 30, 40 by 30 centimeters, and so it's okay for this kind of landscape I want to do. So of course, this is an example in small, as you know, for the eye or trompe-l'œil, as you like to call it. It's nice with big surfaces, but let's understand the technique on this size, and then you can repeat it even in bigger and bigger sizes.
Mhm.
I take a paper, a normal paper for a photocopy, so an A4 paper, and I bend it in two. Okay, in two, as I'm going to actually to draw
Mhm.
draw my how can you call it? It's a novel. No, how can we say this shape? Please see to make a sort of window, but it's not a window. Let's see how can we say in English. Nicchia. Uh,
Mm. No, cave, no. Uh,
I'll tell you soon. It's a niche, because I know in French
Arch. Yes, not arch. Uh,
it's an arch actually. Okay, nicchia
Ciao
is
Teresa, dice ciao Monica, ciao Omar, che bello vedervi. Un bacio gigante.
un bacio a voi.
Montreal, 5 a.m. in Montreal. Good morning.
Ooh, so many friends at this time of the day. I was, I had so many doubts. I said maybe
Yeah.
no, maybe it's not a good time, but it's a perfect time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I bend it in two because in this way, friends, I can make a perfect symmetrical shape of this arch. So this arch, I prefer to have it more like this, round here, even bigger. Okay, so I can have more place for my landscape. Okay, so it's important to draw this shape only on half of the page because now I bend it to and I cut it. So I will have a symmetrical shape for the canvas. So I cut it like this. And it
Mhm.
will be the shape I will use for my 40 by 30 canvas. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so
Love it.
this
Here.
shape now. Okay, this is my arch. Okay, so let's do this. I can put it in the middle, or I prefer in this case to put it a little bit lower than the
Mhm.
place I have. So it's not in the middle, but it's a little bit lower. I, something like 3 centimeters from
From the
here,
bottom.
from the
Okay.
bottom.
And
What's
oops.
important is to place it, of course, at the same straight. So let's do it straight. So three from
Straight.
here and three from here, and the same side here, five, and I have five, a little bit more here on the left. You can, of course, measure it before, but okay. I'm sorry. No, it's here. It's from here is 6. From here is 4. So I have to move it 1 centimeter more from here. Let's see if it is okay. 5 and 50, 5 and 50.
Mm.
Okay.
Question, Monica. It's A4 paper.
A4 paper, exactly. So in the middle here and here. Okay, so I place it like this. So we have 3 centimeters, but I'm sure that it is something not completely straight here. So
Oh, very
try.
precise. Good morning, Samantha Thompson.
Good morning. So trompe l'oeil actually needs precise sizes. It's important. Okay, let's see. This is my shape here placed. And now I trace with a pencil. I follow the shape I have with my with my
Large.
paper. Yes. So let's see the arch here. Okay. So, and here it is. Okay, that's good.
Diaz, Prado Rojas.
Okay, here we have my arch. So now
Tracing the arch.
I need depth. So what shall we? What should we decide when we make a problem? We should decide which is our point of view. So if we look from right or left or in the middle. So I have my side from the middle, so in face of my landscape. So I would like to have a frontal view, which means that I decide an angle for 4 centimeters, maybe more. Let's make 5. Yes, 5 cent. No, it's too much. Let's make 4 centimeters. It would be okay. 4 centimeters of this diagonal line. Mm. The more you make, and larger will be the space, of course. So it depends what your project is. So if you need to put many things here, keep this line longer. Okay. Good morning from Porto. Wow.
Porto. Bon dia. Bon dia, Porto.
So 4 centimeters and 4 centimeters here, but let's get the same. So let's use it here just to have this distance here. So this distance will be nearly 2 centimeters or so. 108. So 108 nearly. So it will be useful to have the same angle. And we have more here. Let's get it. So 1 centimeter 8, 1 centimeter 8. Let's trace it here. Okay. Okay. And let's make it for now. So I have the same line here and there to have a frontal view. Okay, here it is.
Punto di fuga.
What should we do now? We can imagine that here we have something that goes outside like a threshold. So I trace a threshold of not too much, something like 1 centimeter more or less. So you can decide this threshold, how big it can be. So I measure it like this to have more illusion that our landscape goes towards us.
Like the more deepness.
Exactly.
Profundidad.
We have this threshold, we have this space, and now from here to the middle, we should trace, follow this arch, the same arch, which goes smaller here and which goes smaller here. Of course, you can trace one on the paper and make a perfectly symmetrical, but I think it's quite okay. Let's check here, 3.5, maybe more here. But you can do the same on paper as we made before. Okay, so actually you can make in the same way as before if you don't feel safe with the hand drawing. in this way. Okay, so you can make on a paper, trace it, and then double it again to make it like
And
this.
trace the, okay, good tips.
Okay, so here we are. So actually we have here nearly finished what we have to hand drawing, but it's not finished yet because what should we check? Following this line, hypothetical, I goes on and I need to check where my line, so the middle, which is not this, of course, but a little bit lower, higher, sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't make good. So this line should be following here, which is a little bit higher, and which is a little bit higher here.
Okay, so following the previous line, okay?
Exactly. Where they cross, this is exactly the middle, the center of my point of view, which is the way where I have to, everything will follow these lines.
Look, Cindy said the vanishing point. This is the English name.
Thank you, dear. This is technical words in English. That's very good.
Vanishing point. Okay,
You
I
know,
like it.
we learn every time, actually, with our friends, some new words.
Hola, Carla. Besos.
Okay, so let's now. This is important because everything should follow here. So if you now we are going to paint something, so we need this. We don't only paint; we will help ourselves afterwards with rice papers. And look what I chose. I chose this rice paper and stencils, but stencils we will see later. Now I need to see what I want to put on my threshold here and start to paint my first background, which is the further point of view. Buona giornata dalla Svizzera, Luisa. Ciao
Luisa.
Luisa, non ci conosciamo forse, ma bene. I know some new friends here every time. Okay, so let's prepare the color. So acrylic color, I need some white. Okay, for my landscape, I want some white. Then I need a little bit, very little quantity of blue. So choose a blue you like, light blue. I will use our, of course, our Allegro colors. This is 66, but from Norway.
Norway. Good morning, Norway.
Considerate.
Così.
And some green color, verde foglia, leaf, green, which is 46. 46. And I put a little quantity of 46 on my palette. Okay, and now I have all purple. I love them. Really? So I chose the right collection today. Very good. So now I take a brush. So and I need also water. So water and flat brush. It can be also angular brush if you like. Doesn't matter. I like angular brushes, so I prefer to start with an angular brush, and which is not so bad as the one we have. Okay, and let's take a little bit of water on the brush to make the colors smooth, easier to use. And I start with white. So I paint now this area with
The background. El fondo con pincel, con agua y color blanco.
blanco e un poco di acqua, sì.
e un pochino d'acqua.
So first I paint. Please, when you make a landscape, be precise, as you might know, of course, but be precise in the line. The line of your sky must be perfectly horizontal as the line of our base. So it cannot be this way or that way. It must be really horizontal. So I go on, and when I painted at least half of it with white, every time I make a landscape, a sky, I prefer to paint little by little, adding on wet color, like white in this case. So I painted half of it. So once it is half painted, I put a small quantity of light blue on my angular brush, and I add a little bit like this. So paint very softly using this color, and I add a little bit more in the upper part of the arch to make it a little bit darker, and then I try to make it softer till this the horizon. Okay, so this makes even stronger the effect of full of depth.
Oh, nice. Buenos días desde Cádiz. Maite, buenos días.
So I paint, but my point will be anyway visible. You can do also the opposite if you like. So make stronger toward the horizon and make it lighter on the top. But I think this effect would be stronger in a full eye. To make in the arch, upper part of the arch, a little bit stronger. Okay. Go
Carla
on.
say it sounds so easy when you do it, Monica.
It is, it is because we have the tools to make it easier, actually. So everything we use help us to make easier the techniques. So now I go on with, okay, white, but now from here I will add a little bit of green on my point. So a little bit of green. Oh, thank you, Irina. Oh, gracias.
Muy relajante, ¿eh? So aquí relajadísimo. Como la playa, mismo efecto. Como estar mirando la mar, tumbado así. It's like watching the sea.
Yes.
Very relaxing, actually.
Relaxing. Wow.
And those colors, the blue, the green.
If you make, but this is important to tell to our friends that if you make something bigger, of course, it's better to protect everything with tape.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like a paper tape, because
Yes.
actually it will help not to go outside too much and to follow straight lines. But this is a small thing, so I can do it without. But remember, if you make a big wall, use some tape, please. Okay. Now I have this. Let's now wash my brush, and why not to add into the sky some, of course, clouds. Let's use some clouds, white, and I will add few clouds with the point of the angular brush, and I only trace very small, using only the top of my brush. I push the color top, and then I make the clouds disappear. Of course, what is further is smaller. So let's make smaller clouds at the end and make them bigger here. So it will help again to give depth. Okay, here we are. So now that we finished this, we have now to paint a little bit because we have lavanda, we said. So why not? This is my point here in the middle. So we have to paint a little bit lavanda flowers. How can we make it in an easy way? And what is far, of course, it's not detailed. So we don't need to make detailed lavanda, but only an idea of it. So I will take a brush like this one. I also have a smaller one somewhere. Find it.
Look this comment. Great with Kate. Yes, in Norway we have 5 degrees. Winter is coming. Oh gosh.
That's really winter. I take a viola scuro, dark purple.
Purple. Okay.
89 color, so dark purple, and a lighter one, which is lila. I will make a mixture. Sometimes I don't clean them so well, so they don't come out, but with strength we can get everything. Here it is. Okay. So now I take my brush like this.
It's a round brush, yes.
Round and hard brush. And I mix the two colors on the brush little by little like this. And I will paint my lavanda, the lavanda bushes, something like this. They are far, so I don't need to be precise, but only give the idea of the color.
And you don't have to mix too much the color, or
no, only a little bit on the brush, and then you can have actually
the two colors
also on your canvas. So.
Entonces, los dos colores no van mezclados, si ponen el pincel y así, claramente desfuminando lo que se llama malejo. Bien. Mira cómo sale bien. It's already coming out, this lavanda.
Yes, and we follow this point of view to give more depth. So it was, how did we call it? Vanishing point? Yes.
Vanishing point.
Yes, vanishing point.
Que en español es el punto de mirada.
El punto de mirada.
No sé.
Okay, two colors. And of course, here as well. My bushes are coming out from the lawn. Okay. So here, and also right here. I don't want to put too much here on the first background, because here I want to put something from our paper. which is nice for our landscape. Okay, so I make it a little bit lighter here. Okay, okay, okay. So here I just put a little bit whiter and lighter color here, and you will see why afterwards. Okay, so I will show you everything, don't worry. So here we have the landscape, which is lighter, especially further, and it will be more detailed here at the first layer.
Mhm.
Let's now continue with the arch, and then we will go with the details. But first,
This is the first lavender layers.
yes, exactly. You will see what will happen afterwards. So, uh, thank you, Cheryl. So, so nice, so nice. So now I'm going to paint this arch, considering something. So, what's important in vanishing, sorry, a full eye work? We need to know where the light is coming from. So, as it is an open arch, I guess my light is coming from here. So this part of the arch, close to the light, close to the landscape, will be, will be lighter than this part close to me. Okay, so let's use now some brown color.
Yeah, shadowing and lighting is one of the most important things when you do
Yeah,
work like that with deep and a sense of.
exactly, exactly. So I'm using some a little bit of terra color, which is light brown, number 40, and still with my angular brush, I'm going to paint darker and lighter close to the landscape.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
brown.
Everything in the angle will be also darker, and also the threshold will have a lighter color towards the light. Of course, unless you have another coming light. So in case you have a light coming from another point of view, another side, of course, we will have to blend it in a different way. But in this case, it's something not too complicated. And we imagine, as we don't have another source, that our light is coming from the landscape from outside. Okay, so okay, and here darker, and as you can see, I make it lighter towards the landscape.
Mercedes, buenos días, Omar. Guapo, muchas gracias. Y Mónica, ¿qué artista eres?
Oh, gracias. No soy Leonardo da Vinci, esto es seguro.
No, no, eres Mónica Paruta. Claro.
Sí, ah,
No tiene barba. No, no. You don't,
no
you don't have beard.
no. Pero el pelo largo que tengo puede estar un poco, como Leonardo. Leonardo used to have long hair.
That look red, great already. Yes.
Oh,
You will see.
so here as well, I make it darker here and lighter here. Okay, here we are. maybe this external threshold I can make with the same color. Yes, why not? So this would be.
Mhm. See, they say maybe Da Vinci is a distant relative.
You think so? I will make some research to find it out. Would be a very nice surprise. I don't think so because Leonardo was from Florence. Maybe it's yours.
Maybe it's me, yes.
Okay, here we are. So then we will have other details afterwards. For the moment, I think it's okay. Let's paint a little bit better this arch, but it's okay. So I stop now here because we have to choose now something for this part and these details. So from this paper, I would like, of course, to put this nice vase here. So let's cut it out. If I find my scissors. Let's take another one here. So I got, here we are. So I got this lavender base
Mm.
from. So I prefer to cut it out now because they are only few elements, and I really don't want to see because here the background is not completely white. You see, there are some lines, so it's better to avoid these lines in order uh, not to change my landscape.
Yeah, because remember the rice paper is almost it's quite transparent while
Yeah.
you glue. So you have to mind what is the background. If sometimes it's nice. Monica shows us so many amazing effects how to use all the details coming from rice paper and melting with the background. This time we cut it out because we are making a trompe-l'œil.
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 So I cut also inside here.
And Monica, I have to say something that maybe people doesn't know that Monica is a master in trompe-l'œil because there's a place in her city,
Yeah.
a nice bar, a nice bar that Monica paint the wall, the entire wall with the beautiful trompe-l'œil. So we have an arch and are the barrels? What do you paint? The
Painted
landscape.
I painted my city because my city is so nice, and I
Yeah.
really invite you to visit me here because my city is so nice, and we have a high town and a downtown where I live. But the high town is historical, so nice. So this place, this bar, is close to my flat, and I painted the upper part of the town on the wall, and then there is opposite a door which goes to a cave. And actually, I painted a trompe-l'œil there too. But I will publish. I had already published once, but I republish it to show you if you like. So you will see this interpretation of trompe-l'œil.
It's a little bit different to paint A4 or to paint meters and meters. You have to manage very well the sense
Exactly.
of perspective and everything.
Yes, right.
Hello, Alda. Ciao.
Guarda.
Bellissimo.
Ciao carissima. So first of all, I will glue this lavanda. That's why I didn't want to paint too precisely because I wanted to put this here.
Mm,
Edging coming from behind this threshold. Okay, so what shall I use? You can use Collavelo, you can use mixed media glue. I will use mixed media glue, and here is a little bit of water on the brush in order not to have it too hard. So glue before and glue afterwards. Okay, here it is. Don't worry if it's not as long as your threshold, we will manage it. Okay. I prefer to have glue on the wall part here, not to have traces of glue anyway.
Mercedes, es como estar en casa y ver desde dentro del campo de lavanda, que además es mi flor favorita. Ah,
See, we can smell the perfume. I love other. You know, Omar, actually, also this summer I've been to Provenza in
ah,
France.
sí.
Yes, Provence, and I bought so much lavanda for all my friends. When we meet, I have one for you as well. Okay, here we are, and then oh, what did I do? I dirtied my hands. Okay, and now this I will glue it, of course, where? Not here, but here on the threshold, right? This is, of course, the base is here. So remember to put everything on the first layer on the threshold. This would be here.
Mamma mia.
It's starting to come out. And I would also like to this bunch of lavanda as well. I would like to put it as well on the threshold. Let's cut it out roughly, because it's not necessary actually to cut so precisely as if it were scrapbooking paper. With scrapbooking paper, we should really cut precisely because it is, of course, not so thin. But now it is anyway clear background and rice paper is very, very thin. So let's glue it here as well. So I will put like this.
Mhm. Perfect place.
Let's use my mixed media glue, or maybe like this. It's better. Yeah, I prefer like this. Okay, on the threshold. We put the glue here, here, and a touch of a romantic touch. I would like to put one small butterfly.
Ah, una mariposa.
Una pequeña mariposa, la más grande, la pongo adelante. Y una pequeñita detrás. So now you can see how rice paper can help us with a quicker work and an easier work for details. So we
Mhm.
can actually mixture paintings and some paper. The result is anyway nice. This is further, so let's put here.
There's a question from Anna.
Yes.
Monica, how many years have you been a painter artist?
How many years? I'm not an artist, actually.
We cannot say, and otherwise you will understand how many years.
No, I can tell you, I'm 52, so anyway, I love paintings and everything since I was born, I can say, because of my father was a painter, so I have always had some paintings around, and it is a passion since such a long time. So I would never say, I cannot tell you since how long, sorry, but long time, long time. For what concerns this part, we shall use some, sorry, oh, I touched it. We shall use some pastes now. So I want to use some pasta scultura, for example. I like the effect on a wall because it makes such a rustic, a rough wall. So with a spatula, I take a little bit like this, and I put here and there to make the effect of the wall. Oh, disaster. Okay, here. Not so much, only a little bit roughly, to give more structure on the background.
Mercedes, Mónica, que sepas que te voy a copiar.
Que sepa que te voy a... Oh, muy bien.
Por supuesto, Mercedes. Ay,
Soy
hazlo ya.
feliz. Soy muy feliz.
Y etiqueta a Mónica, etiqueta a Mónica, Art Mónica Paruta, así que Mónica lo puede ver en tu redes sociales, te puede dejar un comentario, por favor, por favor.
Muchas gracias.
Ese es uno. Yo creo que como artista de Stamperia es un honor que te copien.
Ah, sí.
It's an honor to be copied, actually.
Yes, it's an honor for me. And actually, I'm happy that it is an idea that you like. So, okay, so let's do this here and there. But what's more, hello Sharon, from Cape Town, so far away. Here now we have this stencil from the range of products from
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, exactly.
Yes.
So
I remember there's a paper that is matched perfectly with this stencil.
yes. So it is an idea, I think, to put some leaves coming down here. You can always use the column if you want. So also the column should be nice to put here. So, but I will use the column and some leaves. I would put them in a first, as a first, a really first background. So I want to put a paste with it. I will use a paste with it. So I go on with the pasta scultura, and I will make the stencil with pasta scultura. Also the column. So there is a pasta scultura underneath, and here also on top. And the column, I will use the column. Okay. Of course, not the words here. The column, I stop here because I want it to go till the end. So I make some leaves.
Tanto Luigi ti mette tanti cuoricini.
Ah, davvero, Luigi Vigelli. Va bene, grazie. Molte grazie.
Magari la fidanzata o la moglie. Non lo sappiamo, non indaghiamo.
Non sappiamo. Apprezzo comunque i cuoricini.
Noi sempre, fuori, sempre.
Sempre. Ok, quindi vado avanti qui con le mie foglie, mi fermo magari là.
Elena dice, well, the paint is in your blood and you are truly amazing. E poi in italiano, è un onore vederti creare.
Wow, che gentile.
Ecco, qui abbiamo la mamma dello stencil, la mamma de ste stencil, la Dorotita, hola mi amore.
Chi è arrivato? Arte,
Ciao la
Dorota.
Dorota, Dorota,
Ciao Dorota.
ciao, beautiful.
I love your collection, as you might imagine, as I use it so often. Okay, I lift up now, and I continue the column here.
Esto es cómo explotar un stencil a lo máximo. How to use this stencil
As much as you
as
can.
much as you can.
Ok, molto bene. E adesso vado a fare la colonna dall'altra parte. Qua.
Always using pasta scultura, Monica, I'm right?
Always pasta scultura now. Yes, I want this rough effect that I love. In this
Okay. Estamos usando pasta escultura en una forma peculiar, porque a Mónica les encanta la textura que tiene esta pasta cuando se va a secar.
Allora, ma sai che faccio? Pulisco un po', che non ho tutto questo tempo per stare a pulirlo bene, però almeno un po' pulisco lo stencil, così io posso usarlo ribaltato di qua. Quindi vado un pochino qua dove c'è la colonna e continuo un po' in alto il mio stencil, così. Okay. C'hai un cagnolino, Omar?
No, que qui pasa de todo aquí, ¿eh? Pasa de gente que suena, no,
Un
quien
perro?
canta.
¿Tienes un perro? Ok. Magari qua lo facciamo meno regolare, quindi lo termino prima, così. La colonna però ho bisogno di continuarla fino in fondo. Così, alziamo e faccio la colonna tutta fino qua. Ok, e due foglioline giusto in mezzo. A couple of leaves also here. Va bene. So, pasta scultura is not necessarily paste you must use to make 3D flowers, of course. So it's a nice texture you can get also on different other things. So here we have like a stucco in this case. Okay, remember to put your stencil in water that I had prepared behind me, because I want to use this stencil many other times. Okay, so I will put water and I will clean it later. Okay, now I go on with I need now some a little bit dry with the hair dryer. So I give you just a few minutes.
Estamos secando la pasta escultura, drying the pasta escultura, but with this tiny layer will dry white. Quickly. And a beautiful painting. Sara, buenos días, bellissima. Brindata. Pari. Hola. Hola, Pari. And so they say the leaves create such a soft frame for the art. And I'm very curious, Cindy, to know what will come now with the background. Will be aquacolor? I don't know. Let's discover together.
Okay, so now I continue with acrylic color and I paint this background. This background, I choose another color, which is a gray color. Let's take gray, light gray color, light gray on my palette. And so if you had a bigger surface, I also suggest you to try with other stencils to make like false bricks, for example, like these stencils, which should be nice as well. But this is quite full already, so I will not put more. But if you have a big surface, I would suggest you also that. So now I take a flat brush and with water, a lot of water, and I paint the surface to paint my wall in gray this time. So create a small contrast with the arch, which is brown. So let's paint in gray and water. Always a little bit of water to make like a watercolor. Okay, also the column, which will be darker afterwards.
Mhm.
So little by little, I paint. You know, my here in Bergamo is still very, very warm. Yesterday it was 30 degrees, and today it's
Really?
the
Oh
same. Yeah,
gosh.
it's still summer here. So it's not aqua color, but it's
Mm.
acrylic color allegro
I
now
agree.
with light gray. Okay. And now let's go with the details. Okay, here. You know that it also dries quite fast, the paste. It's already quite good. Let's now take the same brush as before. So the small sort of, it's not a standard brush. It's something similar. Okay, let's paint a little bit more on the lavanda. Now we have to retouch the lavanda a little bit.
Aha.
Mhm. And inside we also have this lila color. So let's add here on the palette. I move a little so you can see also the colors. So for the moment I had dark purple and I had used, where is it? This is lilac and also this is glitching color. Glitching and no, lila provenzale and lila. So the same colors more or less that we have inside the paper, and I mix it in order to make it more natural on the of what I have on the paper. You see, mixing on the brush, little bit one color, little bit lighter, and
Mm.
then touch very very softly on the surface to make it more real flowers here. And this is also what we have here in the background. And I continue till the end because here it was interrupted by the paper. So let's go on. Small tiles. Okay. Also what I have on the paper. Let's go here and there, here and there. Also here, what I have here. Okay. Here we are.
Hmm.
But we also need a few grass stems here. So let's take a small brush like this one and paint some lines with green in order to continue here. Okay. Now, what's more? We have to paint here the branches we have between the leaves. So I also use some ombre color, which is darker. And I paint with a liner brush some stems between with water because the liner needs always some water to be used. Okay. Also here we make it down. So a trompe-l'oeil is of course a sequence of details little by little, and from the background we come up towards the details, which are the most important things. Okay. But here I also need to have a little bit more contrast where I have this arch. So let's take Bruno color, which is a dark brown, to contrast the arch more. So a little bit with my angular brush, and I paint a little bit more this line before painting the leaves with the green. Oh, sorry, Bruno is here. Okay.
Cindy, you're the master of that liner brush for sure.
Wow. Thank you, Steve. It's not true, but it's okay. Thanks. Let's make more this line also. The shadow where I have my base here, more the shadow. And then so here in every corner there is less light. So it should be darker in the corner. So of course here, because the light here is less. Let's details of the threshold here. A little bit more here, the shadow on the base. Okay, so they are really small details but important for the finishing of our work. So I use this angular brush for this. And also underneath this, of course, it must be also darker here. I will use as well this brown to underline the the wall, because on the wall we have some paste as well to make it rough, the rough idea of the wall. So let's also here behind the arch, you need to put some shadow, darker shadow. See here, especially behind the arch, considering a little bit of depth of the arch as well. Why not? As it is an old arch, we can follow up with some old veins, crackles into the wall to make it even older. Coming out from here. This is our column. A little bit also here. So it's a question of lights and shadows as usual to create the illusion of distance. Put it here and there. And also a little bit of line to underline lightly the arch I need, but not too much. This must be lighter because you remember that the light is coming from there. It was too much. If I'm in a hurry, I always make some less. Okay. So I underline a little bit more here. And what's more here on, here on the arch, let's use some white as well to underline the light coming. Touches of white here and there, you see. And also from here. Here I need some stems more visible on the lavanda. Okay. And also lavanda, some touches of white would be nice. So I clean my brush. Yes, it looked like a delicate cartoon. You're right. I will paint very lightly afterwards. So, little bit of white. Make also on the lavanda some lights on the lavanda. Okay, also here, 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 here. And then I paint. Also here, a touch of light. And what should I like to put? I just wanted to make it. So here, actually, if we had more space, we could go on with this idea of that following our central point of view. But it's not the case as now, as it is a small project. Actually, I thought I had more space for it, but it doesn't matter. Now I take a little bit of green, little bit to make only the idea also of the hills behind.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little. So to make more space for the landscape here. Okay. Mhm.
Yes.
And last,
The last touch
last
is
touch would be the ivy. Okay, would be the ivy here with a sponge brush like this one. Mm. I take a little bit of green, but very with white. I want it very light. As you said, it looks like a curtain, so I don't want to spoil this idea. Let's put little color only on the 3D effect of this ivy. So the sponge must be dry and touch very lightly. Okay, I think that here we are. So here. And very last would be, to make it more enhancing, would make my living. I really, I really needs it. Oh, your living room. Oh, okay. Yes, good idea. You will make it even better, I'm sure. What about an extra gloss finish only on this spot? What do you think? I think it would give even more um, three-dimensionality of what is on the first layer. So the,
yes, and it will shine. Mhm.
it will shine as it should be on a metal pot like this one, of course. Okay. I feel completely because you know that this shiny finish, it will need some hours to get completely dry. But once it is dry, it will be completely shiny. So let's okay.
Monica è sempre la magica, ciò che tocca diventa arte. Grazie Luisa Saracino.
Sei carinissima.
Just get better and better, Cindy. This has been such an experience watching you create. Monica, love it. From Sherry Robertson. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You are very kind. So I think here we are.
Yeah.
And this should be the effect. Once it is dry, maybe we can also put another layer because these holes shouldn't be there. And actually, when you see with another light, you can see how to fill them completely. Okay. Yes. And then it's self-level and it would be even nicer. Okay. And let's see how it is. So, how do you think?
Bellissimo, complimenti, lo dice Valentina Tatti.
Oh, grazie.
Zia, Anna Perfect Painting, thank you to provide beautiful.
I'm happy you liked.
So nice, Monica, really relaxing and very nice.
Idea.
Very nice technique.
In bigger sizes.
Yeah.
So here it is. So I can put it so much.
I mean, how beautiful. Look. You can hang on the wall in a frame, in a wood frame, and it will be perfect.
Yes. So these are only some ideas that you can make something different, something better, and I'm sure. So if you want to publish on our Stampers Worldwide, it will be a pleasure.
Yes, please. Try to make a trompe like Monica did today, and tag Monica and publish it on Stampers Worldwide.
Of course. And
I
remember to share the video, Omar, right?
Yes, share this video, put a like, you will win a pizza box. And also, today we will live again at 3 p.m. So, see you later. Thank you so much. Tell me, Monica.
Find our friends that we can meet again if it is a good time for you. So at 11 o'clock every Wednesday. And next time I will show you how an interpretation of our Spanish girls.
Okay, let's play together. Vamos de flamenco. Ya tiene el lunares, Mónica, el vestido de lunares ya lo tienes. Okay, thank you so much, Monica. I can't wait to see you creating. See you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks to our family.
Thanks to everybody.
Everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you later. Ciao, Monica.
Later. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Do you know our Facebook group, Stampers Worldwide? The place where you can post your creations, ask for advices, and make new friends. And above all, an incredible source of inspiration. Subscribe now and join Stampers Worldwide group. It's for free. We're waiting for you.